take, when you get near the end of your life, how would you like to trade in your essence of spirit and take over another body? That's what this movie's about.
映画に行きたい気分です。楽しみにしています。
Selfless is about wealthy people who can afford to take over the body of other individuals. Supposedly they're told they're grown in a lab, so they can, through the process of magnetism, transfer their essence or their spirit into a vacated body. The thing is, the body's not actually vacated, it's actually stolen for a price. And the millionaire who does take over this guy's body has a change of mind, change of heart, change of consciousness, and it bothers him throughout the storyline to the point where at the end of the movie he decides to give this guy back to his family and commit suicide. They're supposed to take these little red pills that would slowly erase the mind of the individual who they took over. The interesting part here is the family that this guy had, the body that the millionaire inhabited. It works. It just looks like this guy's family. I mean, and this little kid is so adorable in there, this little girl. The father had traded his life for his little girl's life by gathering a huge amount of finance by selling off his body to this company that does the exchanges. But those who accept the exchanges don't realize they're told that the bodies are grown in a lab, but they're not. They're actually bought, including this little kid whose family sold him off to save a millionaire's little kid. They're completely unaware of what's going on. And the company's trying to cover up, is trying to make sure that nobody finds out what they're up to or what they're actually doing, that they're actually purchasing live specimens rather than growing them in a lab like they claim. So therein lies the story. Our millionaire here, our millionaire now in his new body just keeps having these dreams, and so he follows up in the dreams, finds the household, finds the wife, discovers the child, discovers what's happened. Therefore he becomes a target, and this is the chase scene in the film. This is really well written, really well done. It's plausible. It's like a concept I came up with a couple of years ago, where the spirit and the essence of a person, when you die, you get buried in the ground. Your spirit and your essence remains in the ground with the body until there's a resurrection, either by God or human beings discover a way to identify the spirit through mechanical means, like a machine that could discover it. And then you could take the spirit and implant it in another body, a clone or some type, and recreate the human person that exists. I mentioned this a couple of years ago on my Twitter blogs, that this is very plausible for the future. So this whole concept and this whole scientific idea will work. It's just brilliant the way this is written and put together. Highly recommend this movie. This is a good this is a good science fiction drama. And I think if you're into that type of thing, you won't be disappointed. And it's got a really nice, heart-warming story in here. A father protecting his child, and then the millionaire protecting what the father had and then giving it back to him. It's really great actors, clean-looking movie. I especially like the scene where there's a battle at the end when the millionaire discovers that this woman, this wife that was in his dreams is actually real, and he discovers for the first time that this body is actually a real body and not cloned. It really comes home to him, and then the bad guys show up. They're going to kill her and try to get him back out of that house situation. And there's this fight that takes place. The way the whole thing's set up and put together, it could be a really huge mess for a director to try to handle that type of scene. But the stages where they try to get him out of the house, away from the woman, and they're going to kill her, but he fights back, and then you see them going underneath the house and firing a gun through the porch, and they don't know that the gun is below the porch. They think it's coming from the house, the gunfire, and they keep shooting. The bad guys keep shooting towards the house, the windows, the doors, thinking that they're going to hit him, but he's underneath the porch, hidden by a garden grate type of thing, firing through the lattice holes in the garden grate, knocking them down, and it's just incredible, the choreography and the way that was done, and the way that fight scene was handled. Pure expert directing. I'd recommend Selfless.